After Christmas, we took a little break and spent some time with her family, a few hours away from where we were living. It was nice to slow down a little bit after all the holiday craziness and to be able to just enjoy what winter has to offer. We had a great time and enjoyed the slower pace that we were able to experience there.
We pulled up to the house and we see they have some of our doors put in. So there's our front door, garage door, and windows are all in the garage. We're gonna head inside because we really want to measure the space we have in the dining room and the space for how long the island is going to be, because how we extended out our island, and so I want to make sure that it's not going to be a bad idea. So we had to make the decision while we were in the cabinet shop, and we weren't able to come visit our house to measure out and see what it was like. It's fun to see windows in, and our windows here, they're not quite in, doors on, roof is done, and you can kind of see there's been electrical work that's been done. So progress is being made. We gave them the color for this door, so this front door won't be white. I don't know, do you know what color they're gonna paint our other doors? We only chose the color for the front door, but I'm wondering if they'll just do all the same colors. Get a little muddy. So I'm going to try to measure how much space we have for the dining area space. It's not very big, and we know that we moved our kitchen island to be at the end of where the cabinets go on the wall, whereas before the island was about a foot to the left, so a foot shorter than the wall cabinets. So I'm going to try to measure and see how many feet we have. And then we'll have to go home and measure how many feet we generally use now and see if we feel like that's enough space. Perfect. That's about 8 feet. Just 8 feet. So we have about 8 feet of space for our dining table. Obviously it's going to go the long way this way, but 8 feet wide space. I think that would be enough room.
For Christmas this year, I asked for a better seed starting setup. In previous years, I would put a folding table in front of a south-facing window at our house and start my seedlings there. This would be a little inconvenient and not the best setup. Some of the plants in the back wouldn't get as much sun, so I would be constantly rotating out the plants each day. It was always a huge relief to my husband when it was time to plant the seedlings outside. They also wouldn't get as much sun just in general. I wanted to be able to have more control over that, especially with how many more seeds I would be starting this year. So I have never started seeds indoors like this, so we will see how I like it. Plan on starting most of my seedlings using soil blocks. That is my go-to method, and I will show you how I like to do that in a future video. January seems to be a month that many people dread. The days are still dark, holidays are over, and the ground is still frozen. But can I tell you something? January is one of my favorite months. Well, maybe favorite is a little strong, but I love January because it is a month that is still enough that I have time to dream of where I want to be in the next year and where our family will be in the next year. I absolutely love making homestead plans and goals this time of year. And this year is especially fun because I get to take our blank canvas of a yard and fill it with beautiful things. I have a dream of our family working or playing outside while the summer sun sweetens the berries growing in our garden. I imagine little fingers snacking on the berries all throughout the day. I will be dedicating a good portion of our future garden to raspberries of many varieties, rows of strawberries, plump blackberries, and juicy grapes. Something else I do each January is take inventory of all of the seeds that I already have. I can't tell you how many times I have ordered seeds that I already own. I also take this time to calculate when I will be planting the seeds. I will note what plants need to be started indoors or outdoors. This makes it super easy for me to be able to get everything planted at the right times. I am trying to grow many new things this year. I foresee many mistakes and dead plants in my future, but that won't stop me from trying. This year is a little tricky because I'm not exactly sure how to grow in the dirt here, or what pests I will have to deal with. I also don't know exactly when we will get to move onto our property, but I'm not going to let that stop me either. We are being told that April is when our home will be done, but we will see. And here we have the whole list of what I will be planting on our vegetable garden this year. This does not include the berries and fruit trees. I want to measure how big our garden will be on our property before ordering those plants. I'll let you know what all we decide to get in the fruit department later on. We made another trip to our house and realized that the windows had been put in and our sliding glass door was in. It had recently snowed quite a bit, so we had a fun time bundling up the kiddos so that they could run around the property while we were visiting.
That's what it's gonna look like. Wow, that is great. Thank you. Go play.
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced alive.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel. We started making plans for this home and property a year and a half ago. Now, for there to be an actual completion date is such a good feeling. There have been a few bumps in the road to getting here, but we pressed on. I am extremely grateful that we get to be able to get into this house in time for the summer. I look forward to the many, many adventures that lay ahead.
On my own, 'cause you're here to stay every night.
been afraid of changes, but you showed me life is full of faces. Sometimes clouds got in our favorite places, but we were young and unaware.
Oh, I got you, there's no reason to chasing payment on my own, 'cause you're here to stay every night and day. I'm delighted 'cause I got you. La 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 la.
Whenever we get animals, we should always make sure that we, like, it's gonna be in the summer, but we want to make sure we're thinking about the winter, and we want to make sure that we'll have a good pathway to get to them, whether it's muddy or snowy, no matter what, or dark. So we need to take that into consideration when we're putting their shelters throughout our yard, because we want to be able to plow it, or shovel the snow and get through things when it's muddy, because it's very muddy. Like, I'm stepping in the snow, but I'm feeling myself sink deep into the mud too. Like, it's right there. Like, the mud is still very muddy.
I know.
So
I'm delighted 'cause I got you.